Hey guys, it's POSTBOXPAT and welcome back to a new video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys some secret features or some features you may have forgot in Minecraft Console Edition or Minecraft on any edition, because these features are amazing and I highly recommend trying them out on your world. So let's get straight into these features and go straight on with it. The first one I'd like to show you is to do with dyed armor. Now, it's been a while since we've actually mentioned dyed armor or even involved it within Minecraft, and basically dyed armor has completely changed. The way it works and the way it's done has completely changed. So let's grab a bit of dyed armor, some armor that we can dye, and show you guys exactly how it works. So to dye armor now, you're going to need a crafting bench on the console edition, and when you go on your crafting bench, you're going to need to scroll down to the bottom page and you have the access to dye your armor, and you'll need different dyes. And the cool thing about dyeing armor, you can get loads of different combinations. The more you press the button, the different combinations you get. But you've got to be careful. You have to actually switch your armor out to get different armors to dye. So do take that into mind and be careful when you're dyeing your stuff, because you can accidentally dye old armor if you don't switch it out. Other than that, that's the main feature that's happened there with that. But there's one other thing that people just don't really know, and it's something that I didn't really know until I actually looked back at some of my old episodes. And you can actually reset your armor completely by getting a cauldron and pressing LT on it, and your armor will go back to default color. A very unique feature if you want to quickly change your armor straight back to normal and wear it in the normal color, or you want to start dyeing from scratch, you can simply do that with a cauldron. A great feature, and it is highly recommended to use on your survival worlds if you do have maybe themes or certain pieces of armor that represent certain things within your world. For example, I used to have the lucky chest plate, and everyone used to try and get it at the start of the video. I'd get the lucky chest plate, I'd have it in my hand, and I'd throw it down like this, and everyone in the game on my subscriber kingdom would have to try and grab this, and it'd just be there, and the person with it would be the lucky person. So little things like that were really cool, and they could dye it whatever color they want for the episode, and things like that are really awesome. So I do recommend trying out something like that on your world, maybe with your friends or something, and you've got a really cool feature you can use that with, and you have that right there. So the next feature I'd like to show you is something I wish I did, but naming items and things like that weren't around and they weren't the best at the time. So basically it's a directional thing. You can see here it says this way. This is a very unique feature, and it's something I really do recommend trying, especially if you want to direct people on your survival or even creative world. And it's very easy to do. All you want to do is grab a diamond sword and an anvil, or whatever type of sword you want. You could use an iron sword, grab an anvil, put it in and name the item this way, or whatever you want to say. Maybe say like go this way, or whatever you want, turn left here or something like that, or turn right here. And it's very easy to do it this way. You get the item and you simply put it in the item frame and it shows this way. Very awesome. You could direct people to huge villages, huge structures, maybe zombies or a zombie spawner, or whatever you want to direct people to, maybe a village or something, NPC village, or whatever you want to direct people to. It can be easily used. You can also use terracotta blocks, the magneto ones, to give it a little bit more depth as well, like that, which are pretty unique as well. You can get all sorts of directions going on with that, and they're pretty cool as well. They kind of replace the idea of it, but you got two in one there. So you go up to it and it goes this way, and you follow the arrows. Maybe, for example, you could have these arrows going all the way through like that, and imagine some in the sea here, and then when you get over to here, you have the arrows again, maybe here going like this way, and then you can turn the arrows this way and just direct people where you want them to go. And you can probably put another sign here saying this way as well. Maybe let's just quickly do that. If we just have a quick two ones like that, and then we could loop people back around if you wanted to. So you could put your iron sword in, and there you are. You've got another direction saying this way. So you just loop someone back around. Very good idea if you want to use it in your survival world, and it is pretty awesome. I wish I did that. If I do make another survival world, I will definitely be using that in it. It is really awesome and an easy way of directing people around the world without actually telling them where to go, especially if they ain't in the party chat or you ain't speaking to them with a voice mic or anything like that, and they're using maybe chat pad or something. It's definitely an easy way to direct people. There we are. So the next feature is a pretty unique feature, and it's something that I didn't really realize, and it's something not many of us try out. It's something that you should really try out quite often. You can actually make mobs invisible, and I know most of you and myself did know this, but one of the unique features about this is the actual, let me find the invisible potion, there it is. When you actually do this, you can actually make mobs invisible. So imagine having an invisible creeper on your world. No one knows it's there, and it's just like an explosive kind of like TNT thing, and that is very unique, and it's something cool that not many of us try out. But that isn't the main idea of that. The main idea of this, let's stop it from raining. It always seems to rain on my videos, except today, weather, there we are. So yes, we have the snow golem. Now why the snow golem is unique is because when you make him invisible, he becomes, you ready? Make him invisible. He becomes a completely invisible moving snowman, which is really awesome. And the unique thing about this is it used to actually become a floating head, but obviously they've changed this so it just becomes a complete invisible snowman, and it's pretty awesome to have in your world. I think it's something that not many people do, and I think it's something we should do more often, have invisible mobs. It's not a common thing, and it's something I thought I'd feature in this because it's forgotten about, and a lot of people don't do it. Myself forgot about it, and I'm a big Minecraft player, and I definitely forgot about making mobs invisible. It's very unique and it's very cool, and if you do it on yourself, again, you can have a floating pumpkin head. And you used to be able to do this with the snow golems, but unfortunately you cannot anymore. But that's pretty cool. A floating head's pretty cool because you can put it on things like this and it looks like there's a head on the block, but really it's just you on the block, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, you've got that there. That's the third one. What other features have we got? We have one little feature which isn't really a feature, but it is forgotten about quite often. To get rid of potion effects, you can drink milk. I'm not going to class this as a feature, but it's something that you guys can do as well. See, I just drank the milk and I'm no longer invisible. Something that you can do, and it is forgotten about quite often. So what other things have I got to show you guys? Well, one really cool one is definitely this ladder feature. Now, this ladder feature is something that not many people do, and it is quite difficult to do. So let's build it, for example. We've got a ladder here, and you are up maybe on a mountain or something, and you've got a ladder on one of your builds. Now, the cool thing about ladders is you don't take fall damage when you land on them. Now, obviously, I'm in creative right now, and I will demonstrate this for you guys. We'll put a ladder on this side as well, so I can demonstrate this on this side and show you exactly how this works. So, for example, if I switch to survival now, and I do spawn in up here, I'm going to set my spawn point up here as well, so when I do die, because I'm going to die, set spawn point up here. How do I do it? Set my spawn point. It's on here. Set spawn point. All right, there we are. So we're up here and we change to survival. When you actually jump down here and land on the ladder like this, if you can get it right, timed correctly, you can actually survive the fall damage. Now, with this one, if you land on top of it, you do take fall damage and it will not work. But if you land on the ladder, where is the ladder? If you land on the wrong side, if you land on the top of the ladder, you will take fall damage. But if you land on the ladder, like so, oh no, wrong side. If you land on the ladder when you're falling down like that, you will survive the fall damage. And it's something that you can do in an emergency situation if you don't have a bucket of water or anything. And it is quite difficult to do. As you could see, I was struggling to do it, and it is difficult. But with a bit of experience and with a bit of kind of like just getting used to it, you can definitely get in time with it. And I used to be able to do it a lot on my subscriber kingdom. I used to jump down from the sky and land simply on that block like that. See how I did that then? And you could do that from a huge height and survive the fall damage. So it is really cool. It's difficult to do, but if you've got a ladder around your world and you think you can do it, try it and you can practice it, and maybe you could use it on your survival world and survive from great falls. And it is definitely recommended to try out and use in your survival world because it is difficult to do and it's not an easy feature. And it can be unique, especially against your friends. If you're on a Hunger Games or something and you need to survive the fall damage, you've got a really cool way of surviving the fall damage right there. So yeah, it's awesome, and you can do it onto other ladders on the other side. So if you're up here and you were falling, you could try and land on this side as well. That works quite well if you've got one on another building. Landing on the same block is quite difficult straight down, but if you landed on the one opposite you, it's a lot easier to do. So oh, I didn't land on the ladder there. But yeah, you can see if you land on the top of the ladder, you will take fall damage. But if you land on the ladder when you're falling, you won't. So yeah, try it out. It's really awesome. Now, the next feature I want to show you guys is to do with ice. Something that's not really been used very often. It's something that should be used on survival worlds for builds to troll your friends. You can actually use soul sand like this normally, and you will walk quite slow on soul sand, as we all know. But if you put ice underneath it, you'll actually walk even slower. So let me do a demonstration of this. So if we put some ice down here, here's some ice down, and we'll put the soul sand on top, and then we'll just put the normal soul sand next to it. You watch the difference in walk speed. So here's the walk speed on normal soul sand, and here's the walk speed on ice soul sand. Extremely slow. You could be stuck on this for a long time, and you could really troll your friends if you were trying to, like, maybe in spawn or something. Definitely worth trying out. So yeah, that's something that's kind of forgotten in Minecraft. I don't know if it works with the other types of ice. We're going to try that out right now. I don't actually know that because I haven't tried it, but we'll try it with packed ice and see if it slows you. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it should because it's the same effect, but let me just see if it's actually programmed in to do that. Yes, it does affect you, so that's pretty awesome. And yes, you can really do that to troll your friends. You can make it in a maze or something. I don't know, you could do something cool with that. So that's something that is forgotten about quite often, and some of these features most of you might already know, but a lot of the new people won't know them, and myself and probably quite a few of you have already forgotten these features because there are so many things in Minecraft, we do forget a lot of it. So yeah, that's pretty cool, and they're a unique feature. Now my final feature is pretty cool, but it doesn't always work, and it won't be able to work on your world if it is survival. However, you could use my spawning glitch, what keeps your world in survival, for this to work, which I will link down below in the description and at the end of this video, which will help you guys spawn in items on your world so you can do this. Now basically, it's where you can have a mob spawner set to whatever mob you want on your survival world. Now obviously, if you don't use the glitch, you're not going to be able to do this. But what you need to do is you need to find a mob spawner, and you can go to the mob spawner and choose what mob you want in it. For example, we can have zombie villager, we can have husk, we can have slime. A husk won't, yep, zombie villager, same animation, but no, a little bit different, but same sort of thing. Creeper, there we are, stray, zombie pigman, and spawn and skeleton. Now some of them don't work all the time. For example, the zombie pigmen have spawned in here, but not all of them seem to work. Some of them seem to bug out, and some of them don't actually seem to work within the game, which is kind of weird, but it does work sometimes. So let's try slime. You can see that slimes aren't spawning. We could give it a few minutes and try it out, but just some of them don't work as well as others, and it's just mainly the basic ones that work. So for example, if you wanted a skeleton spawner switch to a zombie one, you could do that. If you wanted a creeper spawner in there, that could be pretty cool, but sometimes they don't work, so you have to be careful which one you're picking and if it does work. And if it doesn't work, you can just use the spawning glitch that I have, where basically it allows you to spawn in items on survival while keeping your world on survival, so you can still get achievements. Very cool to use, and it is recommended, and I do recommend trying it if you haven't already. So it's an awesome glitch, and I will link that down below. I'm not going to put it in this video because it takes a while to go through. It's quite difficult to do, but once you get the hang of it, you can dupe anything or kind of spawn in anything. I class it as a duplication glitch because technically you're glitching and you're spawning stuff in, which is basically what a duplication glitch is, but you're duplicating items instead of rather than spawning in. So it's very similar, so I just class it as a duplication glitch, but it is kind of a spawning glitch as well, and it is really cool, and I do recommend trying it out if you want to maybe make your own mob spawner. And it does take a while for things to spawn. Obviously we're in the light here, if we switch to night, things might spawn as well a lot quicker. It's taking a while. There we are, we have the skeletons. So we've got one skeleton spawning in. The reason it's not spawning in is because I've got crazy amount of mobs up here and crazy lag going on, because I've got quite a lot of frame rate drop items here just to help me get more lag for doing glitches and stuff. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. There are some secret features that have probably been forgotten by you guys in Minecraft and have been recapped if you already knew them, or if you didn't know them, you've got some things you can try out in your survival world or even creative world to troll your friends or whatever you want to use them for. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. And once again, this is POSTBOXPAT signing out.